All right. Good evening, coaches, athletes, families, staff, and celebrities. Welcome to the annual Steel Sports Excellence Award Show. My name is Tyler Terrens, as you saw before, a commentator for Chicago Fire FC. In 2022 is my third season as the Major League Soccer commentator for Chicago's Major League Soccer side. I've called over 600 soccer matches and commentated on ESPN, SiriusXM, Fox Sports, and the Big Ten Network, just to name a few platforms. I'm honored to be with you all tonight to celebrate the positive impact you all make on our kids and our communities. As a former soccer player in high school, coached by none other than Steel Sports president and CEO Martin Brown, I can appreciate the positive effects that a great coach can have. To be completely transparent with you, Martin didn't get the polished, somewhat mature Tyler that stands or sits before you here tonight. He got a cocky, brash, and difficult teenager who was still trying to figure out how to pair talent with a worthy work ethic. I'm sure that is something a parent or coach or two can relate to in this virtual dining room tonight. But Martin never got discouraged with the fact his leading goal scorer was a giant pain in the ass. He always took opportunities to coach and teach, even when I visibly and vocally defied him. Unfortunately for Martin, a lot of his work with me didn't come to fruition until I started to play in college and beyond that. A good, consistent voice in an adolescent's life on the playing field can make such a difference, even if that difference isn't realized until years later. Martin, I would like to formally apologize for how difficult I was, but you always held me accountable and tried your best. And for that, I also want to say thank you. Thank you for always being in my corner, even when I made it difficult to do so. However, you're welcome for the 54 goals I poured in over the course of 4 years and for one of the greatest finishes to a high school soccer game in the 2011 Morris County tournament against Kinnelon. Pardon me while I self-indulged, maybe the only opportunity for my high school glory days. I will never forget that embrace with you on the sideline after I scored the game-winning goal with just seconds left to play. The relationship between coach and athlete is filled with the same ups and downs that we constantly experience away from the field. That is why sports are so incredible. They are a small snapshot of what this crazy life has to offer and gives us the opportunity in a safe place to make mistakes, learn, celebrate wins and accomplishments, mourn losses and miscues, and grow as people, all while enjoying what I believe to be one of the greatest gifts in this world has to offer in sport. I want to say to all the athletes watching, follow your dreams, try new things. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, learn from mistakes just as I did, and get better every day. And I'm talking about after you're playing as well. If you apply the core values and philosophies you are being taught now with Steel while playing for Steel Sports to your post-playing days, you will find a path to success in whatever that you want that field to be. So tonight, we honor the coaches who dedicate their lives to bring out your best, the athletes who work hard every day to be their best, the teams who have succeeded on and off the field, and the Steel Sports staff, working behind the scenes, putting on quality programs, events, tournaments, camps, clinics, and of course, tonight. To talk about the state of play in youth sports and how Steel Sports is the leader in the pursuit of excellence both on and off the field, my former coach and your current president and CEO, Martin Brown.
Well, thanks, Tyler. I appreciate those kind words. It was, no matter what you say, it was an absolute pleasure working with you for all those years ago, for many years. It's my great pleasure to welcome everyone to the third annual Steel Sports Excellence Awards. It's one of my most favorite evenings of the year when we get to honor all of our coaches, athletes, and teams. Part of the excitement tonight is, as you saw, Tyler Terrens, our host and current MLS play-by-play announcer, is a former player of mine. Tyler played 4 years for varsity for me in New Jersey, and I'm thrilled that after enduring me as his coach for 4 years, he's taken up a career in sports and has become a tremendous announcer. Now he does get to stand still and burst into action from the commentary booth instead of infuriating me and only doing it when the ball comes near him in the offensive third of the field. We have many distinguished guests that will be part of our show tonight, and I want to send a big thank you to all of our presenters and advisory board members for giving up their time to be a part of this evening. I also want to send our gratitude to League Apps for sponsoring our Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award, as well as all of our sponsors of all of our awards. Without you, the show would not be able to recognize our coaches and athletes in the way that we do. I also want to thank my team for all their hard work in putting this event together. The committee running this was led impeccably by Nathan Klinkenbeard, who is behind the curtain here directing the show. And he had great help from Alan Burkus, Ali Hainel, Steve Jones, Frank Zataglio, and Nancy Walsh. Lastly, I would like to thank Steel Sports' parent company, Steel Partners, who have made our Kids First philosophy the center of the culture at the entire corporation. And without the support of the other operating companies, the board of directors, and the executive chairman, Steel Sports would not be able to impact as many kids around the country as we do. As a great bonus, I invite you later today to stay on at the end of the show to listen to a panel conversation with our Executive Chairman, Warren Lichtenstein, and some very special guests as they give us more insight on Tommy Lasorda and his philosophies. In 2022, youth sports continued its rebound from 2020 and the COVID-19 pandemic. But all of us in the youth sports industry have work to do to make sure kids are getting the best possible development on and off the field. In 2022, community-backed sports returned to close to pre-pandemic levels, due in part to the American Rescue Plan Act, and travel programs surged back to pre-pandemic levels. However, coaches are handling players suffering from mental health challenges, partly because of the pandemic, and they need more instruction and training on how to help in these situations. Soccer, baseball, and basketball's participation levels are lower than in 2008, which is a byproduct of early sports specialization, high cost to play, fewer quality recreational opportunity, and the nation's declining birth rate. It's our job as administrators, coaches, and staff members to listen to the data, parents, and athletes to make sure we provide a consistent, positive product for kids. Encouragingly, though, the number of hours kids are playing are back up to pre-pandemic levels, and travel sports participation doubled in the past year. However, early specialization in not only sports, but also positions within sports, and an unhealthy focus on winning and being in the top 0.01% of all youth sports athletes is still major causes for concern. Steel Sports was founded on the philosophy of the late, great Tommy Lasorda, and we continue to bring his vision, reasoning, and thinking to fruition on and off the field. His mantra of "you gotta believe" is as important now as it ever was. And the winners tonight of the Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award embody his spirit and dedication to a kid's first mindset. We wish Tommy could have been here tonight to celebrate some of our new awards, like our Team of the Year, Athlete of the Year, and Play of the Year, and to see how much of an impact through Steel Sports he is having on kids around the country. Through the Steel Sports coaching system, the Lasorda way, we are well positioned to counter some of the trends I mentioned in youth sports and continue Tommy's work. Our new Explore After School program focuses on the positives of sports sampling for young kids, and our focus on fun, teaching life lessons, athletic and character development in a positive culture remains at the forefront of what we do. Our continued efforts to train coaches the right way to instill our core values of teamwork, respect, integrity, and commitment, and while being fiercely competitive, never ever compromising these values for any win. We are training our coaches to share power with our athletes and guide them to make the best decisions in games, at practice, and even at home and in school. This was evident when a Steel United Texas team allowed an opponent to advance to the final of a tournament, even though we beat them in a shootout after the game couldn't be played due to weather, and we had handsomely lost to them in a full game the day before. But our kids decided that that was the best course of action for all involved. But perhaps most importantly, the Steel Sports coaching system, the Lasorda way, trains our coaches to recognize the moments in games and practices to intentionally teach life lessons and character development. This is what makes Steel Sports different. This is what makes us a leader across all of youth sports. I'm humbled to lead an organization with so many individuals who are focused on positively impacting kids, and the opportunity tonight to recognize all of our coaches, staff, and athletes is truly an honor. Thank you for being part of Steel Sports' successes in 2022, and I look forward to even greater things in 23 and beyond. Over to you, Tyler, and everyone else, enjoy the show.
Thank you, Martin. Our first awards for tonight are Regional Coaches of the Year. These coaches represented their regions by modeling our core values that Martin was just mentioning and executing our Kids First mission. I will present the first group of winners, then hand it off to Jim Thompson, founder and former CEO of Positive Coaching Alliance. Jim has spent dozens of years developing positive coaches through coach education and writing numerous books for coaches, parents, and athletes. Jim is an original member of the Steel Sports Advisory Board. All Regional Coach of the Year winners win a $75 gift certificate from Score Sports and are eligible for the Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award, which will cap our award presentations tonight. Coaches have the power to inspire, to lead by example, and motivate their players to be the best versions of themselves, both on and off the field. All Steel coaches complete the Steel Sports coaching system, the Lasorda way, and I am honored to announce the first half of recipients of the Steel Sports Regional Coaches of the Year Award. Starting with Kevin Gallagher, Steel United Soccer, California, South Bay. Sam Nellis, Steel United Soccer, California, Conejo Valley. Gabe Rodriguez, Team Steel Baseball, California. Jen Glick, Team Steel Fast Pitch, Colorado. Dave Vieira, Team Steel Baseball, Colorado. Pete Dunbar, Team Steel Baseball, New York, Long Island. And Stu Sharples, Steel United Soccer, Tri-State Area. Congratulations and thank you to Steel Sports and Score Sports for the opportunity to celebrate your coaches. Jim Thompson will now announce the next Regional Coach of the Year award winners. Jim?
Thanks, Tyler. One of the things that great coaches do is they bring a lot of energy to their teams. And I really appreciate the energy you're bringing to this awards program tonight. I'm Jim Thompson, and I've worked to develop positive coaching as the norm in youth sports for much of my career. I've seen firsthand the impact a good and bad coach can make. So we applaud the efforts of all of these coaches to make a positive impact through youth sports. Steel Sports Regional Coaches of the Year recognize the coaches who embody teamwork, respect, integrity, and commitment on and off the field. These coaches establish the Steel standard in youth sports and coaching by forging the next generation of leaders. To complete the Steel Sports Regional Coaches of the Year Award, please join me in congratulating our remaining recipients. Leo Ortiz, Steel United Soccer, Massachusetts. Aaron Fleischman, Team Steel Baseball, Massachusetts. Jesse Hart, Steel United Soccer, Pennsylvania. Jalen Finney, Steel United Soccer, Texas. Jose Mahano Sorto, Steel United Soccer, Virginia Beach. Gabriel Crawford Torres, Steel United Soccer, Northern Virginia. And Charles Warren, Steel United Soccer, Washington. Thank you to Steel Sports and Score Sports for celebrating the success of these coaches. And two of you will be honored later tonight with the Tommy Lasorda Coach of the Year Award. Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations to the Regional Coach of the Year winners, who, of course, are up for the big one at the end of the show, the National Coach of the Year, Tommy Lasorda, National Coach of the Year, that is. And the Steel Sports Impact MVP of the Year Award recognizes a staff member who consistently drives positive impact through our communities and inspires their teams to do the same. We thank Yokohama Tires for sponsoring our Steel Sports Impact MVP of the Year Award for the third year in a row. Yokohama Tires has driven positive impact within our communities and motivated our players with tire-based skill challenge games. I am honored to introduce a legend in U.S. soccer, and I do not use that word lightly, a leader of the 99ers World Cup championship team, ESPN commentator, and the best field correspondent the Little League World Series has ever seen, and you might have seen her even as recently on the coverage of Turner Sports' U.S. women's national team just a few days ago. Here is Julie Foudy to announce this year's Impact MVP.
Thanks, Tyler. Hi there, I'm Julie Foudy. Tyler, you did forget one very important part of my bio. Proud member of the Steel Sports Advisory Board. Yes. Okay. I'm also super pumped in that I get to announce the Steel Sports Impact MVP of the Year Award for 2022, which recognizes those who are active in their communities, generous with their time and effort, and most importantly, determined to do good work for others. So the winner was chosen from the 12 monthly Impact MVPs during the year, who, as we know, all did amazing work in their communities. And this year's 2022 Impact MVP is, drumroll please, Stu Sharples. Congratulations, Stu. That's awesome. Stu is a coach and coach developer with Steel United New Jersey and runs their regional social media, but it's the miles, my goodness, that Stu has logged both on and off the field that earned him this award. And in addition to being a beloved coach, as we know, Stu committed to running, get this, daily during the month of July with a weighted pack on his back to raise awareness and funds for the Wounded Warrior Project. And by doing so, he not only inspired other athletes, he also inspired colleagues. And Stu capped off the year by training and running in the Philadelphia Marathon. Oh my gosh. With fellow coach Jack Colazar to raise funds for Wiggle Your Toes, a nonprofit supporting amputees as they strive to stay active. So great job to Stu. A thank you to Yokohama Tires for sponsoring the Impact MVP Award. Stu will receive $250, a set of 4 Yokohama tires, which I'm certain can outlast the mileage that Stu will surely be putting on them. But a congratulations to Stu and Steel Sports for inspiring positive impact within your communities. Congrats, Stu!
Hi, everyone. I'm Allie Hanel, Steel Sports Senior Vice President for Social Impact. One of our key initiatives has been the creation and growth of Women of Steel, a network of folks who work to empower, inspire, and advocate for our women coaches, staff, athletes, and allies. And who better to present the 2022 Women of Steel Award than Lady Magic herself, Nancy Lieberman. Nancy is a true woman of steel, a decorated basketball pioneer, a National Basketball Hall of Famer, and first woman to play and coach in a men's professional league. Go Big Three! Nancy Lieberman knows the value of empowering women to break glass ceilings and the importance of providing access to sports to kids across the world. Please welcome Nancy Lieberman to announce the 2022 Women of Steel Award finalists and winners, sponsored by Puma.
Let's bring on the power of Women of Steel. Hi, I'm Nancy Lieberman, Basketball Hall of Famer and proud member of the Steel Sports Advisory Board. So I'm excited about this amazing group of women. Not only did they demonstrate consistent growth and perseverance this year, they juggled, they dribbled, they controlled the ball and passed on excellence to teammates daily, always being an advocate for our athletes, coaches, and staff. The 2022 Women of Steel finalists are Mercy Akide Udu, Coach, Steel Sports, United Virginia Beach; Nancy Walsh, National Operations Manager, Steel Sports; Jalen Finley, Coach and Assistant Product Manager, Steel United Texas; and the winner is, drum roll, Nancy Walsh. Congratulations. This year, Nancy rocked the National Camp House again. The work to host hundreds of kids in one location for several days, the camaraderie and the learning is monumental. And all the while, she was juggling orders, vendors, logistics, airlines, hotels, food, awards. She is so detail-oriented, a positive, caring, and persistent person. Nancy is a strong role model for all of us. And I hear, Nancy, that your basketball skills are pretty good as well. So if you can play the point, you will be playing for me this summer in the Big Three. And I really do look forward to meeting you one day. And congratulations again on this amazing award. By the way, you will receive a $250 Puma gift card, which is pretty cool. And thank you to Steel Sports and Puma for all the recognition of these great women.
All right, awesome stuff so far. Congratulations to all of our winners thus far. We hope you're doing all right and continue to show all that love and all that positivity in the chat just to your right. I believe you can access that feature down below on that little dashboard, seeing all sorts of good chats in there, including Represent New Jersey, the best state in the continental United States, of course. All right, moving on here. Now on to recognizing our athletes in each of our regions who stood out by demonstrating our core values of teamwork, respect, integrity, and commitment. And to those of you who are familiar with it, trick, of course, and encourage their peers to do so the same. I am pumped to introduce Morgan Stickney, who swam to not one, but 2 gold medals in the Tokyo Paralympics and another gold in the World Para Swimming Championships this summer, and Frank Catalanato, former Major League Baseball player and current head baseball coach at Hofstra University, Go Pride, to announce the winners of the Steel Sports Core Values Champions Award, powered by Empire Softball and CPS Security.
Hi, everyone. I'm Morgan Stickney, and I won 2 Paralympic gold medals in Tokyo and a gold medal at World Championships this summer. And I'm honored to be able to serve on the Steel Sports Advisory Board. Most of you know my story beginning as a competitive swimmer in my youth and throughout my teen years, and how I have emerged as a Paralympic gold medalist and Paralympic swimming world champion after undergoing bilateral leg amputations. While training and competing in the pool, I am also fighting for my physical health every day with so much grit and fervor as I have in the water. As an athlete, I know having a North Star, family support, and individual determination to overcome obstacles is critical. At Steel Sports, our core values are our guiding principles. I'm thrilled to honor a few of our athletes who go above and beyond, demonstrating teamwork, respect, integrity, and commitment. The first group of winners are Sasha Cook from Steel United, California, Angelo Vieira from Team Steel, Colorado, Gabby Vaughn from Steel United, Massachusetts, Nicholas Catanzano from Steel United, New Jersey, and Marissa Bachman from Steel United, Pennsylvania. Congratulations, and now for the second group of winners.
Hi everyone, my name is Frank Catalanato, an original member of the Steel Sports Advisory Board and current head baseball coach at Hofstra University. As a former MLB player and current coach of college athletes, I can attest that the Steel Sports core values are the building blocks for success in sports and in life. College and professional coaches look for character along with talent, and all things being equal, character wins. I'm thrilled to announce the next group of special athletes who model teamwork, respect, integrity, and commitment for the betterment of their teams and communities. The next group of winners are Luke Eustace, Team Steel New York, Landry Ryle, Steel United Texas, Bryce McBride, Steel United Virginia Beach, Brady Martin, Steel United Washington, Ryan Warren, Steel United Washington. Thank you to Steel Sports, Empire Softball, and CPS Security for the opportunity to celebrate these talented and gifted athletes who display our core values and encourage others to do so.
All right, congratulations to our core value winners. And up next, I'm excited for another new Xcellence Award, the Steel Sports Play of the Year. Great plays have been highlighted all year through the Top 10 Plays social media campaign, and our winner has been voted on by you, the fans. We thank Highcast and Trophy Hut for sponsoring the Play of the Year. This year's winner will receive a $250 gift card and bragging rights until next year, which is really what this is all about. To present Play of the Year is a man who's seen his fair share of plays in his 16-year-long Major League Baseball career as a player, coach, and manager at all levels of competition, and yes, a Steel Sports Advisory Board member, Jerry Royster.
Thank you, Tyler. Hope this is working for you. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jerry Royster. As Tyler said, I've seen a lot of plays over the years. A great play involves teamwork, skill, tenacity, and being in the moment, and the focus to finish. One intangible is the reaction of your teammates, family, friends, and of course your coaches. In my time playing for Tommy Lasorda, no one was more enthusiastic. He instilled the "you got to believe" attitude in everyone, and the results are great performances that make up great plays. Our winners were chosen from a large number of finalists posted online and voted on by you all out there. I'm pleased to announce the following winners. The 2022 Player of the Year from Steel United Soccer, Avril Sibaha, Steel United, New Jersey, 2007. The 2022 Player of the Year from Steel Softball was Caden Glantz, Team Steel 14U. The 22 Player of the Year from Team Steel Baseball was Patrick Dunbar, Team Steel 2026 grad year. Congratulations to all the athletes out there making great plays. Let's watch.
What is he? Oh, really?
All right, congratulations to our plays of the year. I really like the variety there that we had. We had some unbelievable skill involving the strike from about 30, 35 yards out. We had great athleticism with the catch in the outfield, and then a really savvy heads-up play from the catcher. As we continue to move things along, and Eric joins us now. And next up is Rookie of the Year, sponsored by Under Armour. And who better to present this award than none other than Major League Baseball great 1992 MLB Rookie of the Year with the Dodgers, Eric Karros, as a Fox Sports analyst, and most importantly, a father of three competitive athletes, two of whom are currently playing baseball at UCLA. Eric knows the importance of teamwork, paying your dues, and learning to grow. Eric?
Thanks, Tyler. Hi, everybody. My name is Eric Karros. I am a proud member of the Steel Sports Advisory Board, also a member of the Steel Partners Board. As far as being a rookie, I know that well. I had an opportunity to play for Tommy Lasorda, who had more rookies of the year than any other big league manager. Being a rookie, it's you're coming to a new organization, a new group. You're not really sure what to expect, but with your ideas, your enthusiasm, your energy, you can impact the organization that you're with, and specifically here at Steel Sports. This year, I have the honor of presenting the Steel Sports Rookie of the Year, sponsored by Under Armour. Our honorees, our finalists are Jalen Finney, the Assistant Regional Product Director and Coach, Steel United, Texas. Kirsten Koutsouyanis, Regional Product Manager, Steel Sports, and Skip Amadio, Assistant Regional Product Director, Team Steel, New York. I'm excited to announce Skip Amadio is this year's recipient of the Rookie of the Year award, and he gets that $250 Under Armour gift card. Skip has been in different roles and capacities at Steel Sports at Lasorda Legacy Park. His current role as Assistant Product Director is focused on Team Steel New York, our largest baseball region. Skip is a longtime coach, a father of a player, and an umpire, so he knows his way around the diamond, especially our 7 diamonds at Lasorda Legacy Park. Thank you to Steel Sports and Under Armour for the opportunity to present this award. And Skip, congratulations, bud.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eric, and congratulations to Skip. Just as a side note, if anybody comes across Martin Brown, next time you see him, ask him about my rookie year when I played for him in Morristown Beard High School in New Jersey. I can assure you it was anything but a rookie of the year performance, but I digress. All right, we're going to keep things moving, and another big award coming up, and this is something that is near and dear to my heart, you know, as somebody who works in sort of the television entertainment industry. People can get credit who are maybe in front of the camera and things of that nature, but it's really people who are doing things behind the scenes, maybe like a Nathan Klinkenbeard tonight, who's running the show behind the curtain. He is the wizard of the virtual Oz, and of course, Alan Burks and everybody, Jonesy, Brody, everybody who's put in such an incredible amount of care and detail into tonight's virtual event and celebrating these athletes, coaches, and staff members. It's these people who deserve, the same amount of credit as those who might be a little bit more forward facing. But Ciara King knows what hard work can get you. An 8th overall selection on the 2020 National Women's Soccer League draft, an NWSL Player of the Week in 2021, Women's Cup MVP in 2022, and current Steel Sports Advisory Board member. Z plays for the Ontario Reign and day in, day out reflects our core values of teamwork, integrity, respect, and commitment on and off the pitch. We're sensing a theme tonight with that, right? Which is what our staff stars do day in and day out. Now to present the 2022 Staff Star Award, please welcome Ciara King.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Tyler. As Tyler mentioned, my name is Ciara King. And the Staff Star goes above and beyond their daily expectations. During the 2022, the Steel Sports recognized a monthly Staff Star every month. And it's from these monthly winners that the 2022 Staff. Our Staff Star is the ultimate teammate, as impacting thousands of kids through youth sports is a massive team effort. The 2022 Staff Star of the Year is Anthony Zitaglio, Operations and Coaching System Administrator for Steel Sports. Anthony Z worked tirelessly this year, shifting into new roles. Anthony manages our registration platform, league apps for all teams, experiences, and programs, in essence, working with most of the staff at Steel Sports. Anthony is readily available and responds to requests almost immediately. And midway through the year, he took on another role administering the Steel Sports coaching system, pointing hundreds of coaches with Steel Sports and Steel partners in the right direction. Congratulations, Anthony Z. As 2022 Staff Star, you will receive $250 Sports Endeavors gift card, and we all appreciate your hard work and getting the job done. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Z. We're going to keep things rolling once again. And as a fairly recent athlete, my knee and my back would beg to differ right now. I played soccer in college and in high school, and I know to a certain extent the dedication it takes day in and day out to achieve your goals and pursue your dreams. I played for Steel Sports President and CEO Martin Brown, and I've mentioned a couple of times already tonight, and I can see how his philosophy back then has permeated into Steel Sports now. One quick story that I want to tell about Martin, and one of the biggest lessons that I sort of carried with me was a game. I believe it was my sophomore year. I was coming off that awful freshman year that I had endured, and it was I think one of the first games of the year, and I put on a pretty good performance. I think I had a goal and a couple assists. We won pretty easily, 3-0, and I was happy. The teammates were happy. We won our first game of the year. We had only won one game previously the year before, so we had already beaten out 2008, whatever it was, and I thought everything was good. And Martin pulled me aside after what I thought I had was a pretty good game as a sophomore with a goal and 2 assists, and he puts his arm around me and he goes, it really wasn't good enough today. And he gave me a couple of pointers on a couple of passes I could have made, did a little bit more work defensively in the final third, but that was something I never did anyway. That wasn't Martin's fault. And I kind of got a little upset with him. I was like, Martin, we won the game. I had a goal and 2 assists. What's the big deal? He goes, well, we're going to have plenty more games down the line. You're going to have plenty more games in your career where it does need to be better in those moments. And I just wanted to share that because it's something that, even though the result was there for us and Martin technically on the day had done his job, if we're just going to be looking at a coach in terms of wins and losses, but like we've talked about before, and how Martin mentioned it and everybody's mentioned it today, it's about these core values that are being instilled in you at Steel Sports. And Martin made sure that despite the fact that we got the result and technically got the win, that the other things weren't lost upon me in terms of having discipline, both on and off the field, and simply being better despite what the result might show at the end of the 90 minutes or whatever you want to call it. But just a quick little segue there. And I just, wanted to share that. And unlike other youth sports organizations, Steel Sports offers athletes programs such as an Athlete Leadership Council, Leaders of Character program, and a national program bringing leaders and players from around the country together to compete and form lifelong bonds. All of these programs are designed to bring out the best of every player. So I am more than honored to announce yet another new award, the Steel Sports Athlete of the Year Award. We announced 18 nominated athletes by their coaches on social media, and I will now announce 6 finalists, among which 2 will be the winners. The finalists are Adria Kitzinger, Steel United, Pennsylvania; Chris McKinney, Steel United, New Jersey; Kylie Sledge, Steel United, Washington; Caden Soders, Team Steel, Colorado; Ali Dorigo, Steel United, New Jersey; and Noah Duffy, Steel United, Pennsylvania. So those are the finalists. And the 2022 Steel Sports Athletes of the Year are Ali Dorigo, Steel United, New Jersey; and Noah Duffy, Steel United, Pennsylvania. Ali, a 2005 player coached by Dominic Rice, has played for Steel United for 5 years. She was a key member of the Steel United UWS2 women's team as a junior in high school. She was first team all-conference in high school, honorable mention all-state Prep B and all-Morris County, and played in the Morris County Girls Soccer Association Senior All-State game. Ali serves on our leadership council, modeling our core values for all players, and is committed to playing soccer at Haverford College in Pennsylvania. Noah plays for our 2007 Elite, coached by Jack Kolazar. As a team captain, he exemplified leadership and core values while leading his team in goals and assists this past spring. In February, he played up a year in the Steel United National 2007 team, and in the summer was selected in the 2008 national team for the upcoming trip to Vegas. He led his Steel United team this summer, where he helped the team win the Steel Summer Trophy. Noah's been nominated in Team of the Month and Steel United Top 10 plays multiple times in 2022. And Noah serves on our Athlete Leadership Council as he looks to pave the way for future success. Congratulations, Ali and Noah, and thank you to Book Your Block and Headfirst for sponsoring this award. Prepare to get some cool gear.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Broadbent. Please call me Broady. Those of you who know me probably do already. And I am the Senior Vice President of Teams here at Steel Sports. I'm thrilled that we have added a Team of the Year award to our awards this year. We have so many outstanding teams across the country in all 3 of our sports. And who better to announce our finalists and winners than a World Series champion? I think I struck the jackpot in getting to introduce Dusty, someone who is, I'm sure, going to be in the Hall of Fame at some stage. He's a Tommy Lasorda disciple and one of our original Steel Sports advisory members, the one and only Mr. Dusty Baker.
Brody, I am long and satisfying career in the working to shape and mold teams into champions. If you win the right way, and there's nothing more, and don't take on what may seem to be insurmountable challenge. I am pleased to know that Steel United and Team Steel teams had a tremendous amount of success this year on the field. We know what it's like to be celebrating tonight, That's when our model of core values, which starts with teamwork, things will happen on the. We have 4 finalists and a runner-up for a team of the year. The first 2 finalists are Team Steel California 12U baseball, coached by one of emerging talent, Gabe Rodriguez. The boys won their Pony League for the 2nd straight year and have made great strides in a number of their recent tournaments. I love Cali. Team Colorado 14U softball, coached by Gene Glick. They went 12-1 in their fall league and scored a huge 109 runs over 20 games. 6 were home runs. The team finished with a 866. Most notably, a no-hitter as a team. I know a bit about.
All right, the next 2 finalists. The next 2 finalists, Dusty, are the Steel United Pennsylvania 2009 Girls Elite, coached by Heather O'Rourke. Currently ranked 5th in Pennsylvania and playing in the USYS National League. They won the President's Cup in 2022 and went on to be finalists at the regionals. Add to that they were champions in 2 of their tournaments and semi-finalists at the prestigious WAGS tournament. Fourthly, we have the Steel United Virginia Beach 2010 Girls Elite, coached by Jose Majano Soto, finalists also at the WAGS tournament and champions at the Southampton Cup, the Capital Fall Classic, and the La Liga Select tournament. They also came out on top at the Adidas National Cup and spent time as the #1 ranked team in Virginia. Back to you, Dusty.
The runner of the year, the Steel United New Jersey 2000 Boys League. Andrew Broadbent. Hey, that's you, Brody. Nice work. The boys topped their National League standings and ranked both nationally. Won 5 straight tournaments, including the FC Delco Showcase, the Dallas Cup champions, in a thrilling final on the 4th of July. And now, our 2022 Team of the Year is the Steel United 2005 Boys Elite, coached by Kevin Gallagher. This team's accomplished so much on the field. Ranked Steel team in the country, finishing as a national runner-up after their victory in the California State Cup. They had an amazing 6 tournament championship, including the Surf Club and the Las Vegas Players Showcase, finishing with an incredible win or draw percentage over the last games. I'll take that any day. Congratulations to our team on their on-field success and for doing things the right way.
All right, congratulations to our team of the year. As you can tell, since we're getting deeper and deeper into the program, the awards continue to have that much more significance. And of course, the people who are presenting them are star-studded as well. I am ridiculously excited about this next award, not just because Coach of the Year is something that I think is hugely important at a place like Steel Sports, but because I am a huge Bobby V and Mets fan. Bobby's positive energy, enthusiasm, humor, and passion for the game is second to none. Watching him do the Anaheim Angels pre- and post-game shows has inspired me and my approach to broadcasting, if we're being completely honest. Be yourself, have fun, show your personality. It was the late Vince Scully who was given this piece of advice in his first gig. Be yourself. That's the best thing you have to offer. Anyone who has watched Bobby coach, play, or broadcast, they know he embodies that to the fullest. Now, I understand that the Steel Partners business units were treated to Bobby V's town halls, live and in person around the country this year. And those of you who were there know exactly what I am talking about. So here to present a new Steel Sports Excellence Award, the Steel Partners Coach of the Year is none other than Bobby Valentine, former Major League Baseball player, manager, and college baseball coach, and now current Anaheim Angels pre- and post-game commentator, and yes, Steel Sports Foundation board member. Coach?
Tyler, thanks a lot. I'm hoping this computer is working and my dogs don't get in the way of the presentation. They're in the background. But, I love the story about you playing for Martin in high school, and now you're with us here at Steel Sports. And, I've been with Warren since this was just an idea in his mind. And I have to congratulate him and, of course, the job that Martin's done putting together this roster of advisory committee members and also putting this entire team of Steel Sports together. I'm really proud to be part of this group. And, over the last few years, not only did I get to meet so many people who are in Steel Partners, this summer I went around to all of the locations and met so many great people who are now coaches. Over 2,000 members of the Steel Partners team have actually taken the course to be accredited coaches, to understand that it's not about what you know, it's only about what you care to know and who you care to give that knowledge to. So I'm proud to present the Steel Partners Coach of the Year. This year we had so many great coaches, including the president over at Handy Tube. Everyone knows her as President Lisa, but actually she's just coach to those T-ball teams and softball teams that Lisa Prizzuti represents. And, after giving away $50,000 worth of sponsorships to so many coaches, we're so honored to have Aaron Patton as Director of Engineering over at Dumar, also as one of the finalists of our Coach of the Year with Steel Partners. Brad Garrett did the fabulous job of coaching his kids' baseball team. And of course, Julie Musto, who is purchasing agent over at Dumar. Julie's been coaching chair for years. This is her 5th year, and she wants to do more. They're all great coaches. And, the idea of positive coaching has gotten our winner to say that it wasn't about winning the championship, which his team did, but it was about seeing kids developing skills, relationships, and most importantly, self-confidence during the season that he coached. So let me say congratulations to all the coaches out there. You don't have to play in order to coach. All you have to do is care and be willing to learn. And our coaching system does just that. It lets you understand what a great coach is. And our Coach of the Year this year is Aaron Patton. Congratulations to you, Coach Patton, and congratulations to all of those who are part of Steel Partners and Steel Sports. This is like that snowball going down the side of the snow-covered hill. It's growing, and I'm happy to be part of it. Take care.
My name is Steve Jones, and I'm the Senior Vice President of the Steel Sports Coaching System. Tonight, I am honored to be involved in recognizing the winner of the Steel Partners Kids First Cup. Steel Partners, as many of you know, is our parent company, and they operate businesses throughout the world in industries including manufacturing, engineering, energy, supply chain, management, banking, and of course, sports. Steel Sports and Steel Partners represent the same shared purpose, which is to forge a path of success for the next generation, and to do this by putting kids first, instilling our core values, building character, and teaching life lessons through sports. The Steel Partners Kids First Cup Award recognizes a Steel Partners business unit that has positively impacted kids in their community. With Steel Sports programming, completions of our Foundations of Positive Coaching course, and participating in the inaugural Core Values contest. Please join me in welcoming Warren Lichtenstein, the chairman of Steel Partners, to announce this year's winner.
Thank you, Jonesy. I don't know if I'm on camera or if anybody can hear properly, but I wanted to take a minute and thank Nancy and Julie and Jim, and Bobby and Eric and Dusty and all the members of the advisory board for making this possible. And to everybody at Steel Sports and the entire organization for really going above and beyond and making sure that we're positively affecting kids every single day. We were able to instill in Steel Partners Holdings and all of our business units the core values that we share. And the winner of the Steel Partners Kids First Cup Award the first year went to OMG. And I'm very happy and proud to say that they were able to do it 2 times in a row. And we know that Dusty's going to follow this lead when he brings home another World Series ring next year. And the award, Kids First Cup Award, goes and stays with OMG for 2022. Hubert, I want to say thank you to you and to everybody in your team for embodying our core values and having fully committed to our mission to put kids first. You know, thank you to everyone for participating in our sponsorship, our coaching, in our camp programs. 100% of the employees of OMG completed the Foundation of Positive Coaching course, which I think has set a very high bar and example, and we're hoping that everybody in Steel Partners follows their lead in 2023. And we're looking forward to a very competitive race for the 2023 Cup.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Warren, who's going to be sticking around for just a moment along with Benita. But before we get into our final award of the night, in addition to a fantastic panel that we have a little bit later on, I just wanted to take the opportunity, and this is not something that's scripted. It just kind of came to my mind here. I really didn't know much about Steel Sports when Martin reached out to me and asked me to host this dinner. And, you know, like any prepared broadcaster, I, decided to do my research, and I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole to sort of explore and, seeing the imprint that it's made and the stamp that it's made all across the United States, and not just, what the goal is of Steel Sports and sort of what you guys are preaching. But I've worked for a number of different employers. I've worked for a number of different networks. I've come across a number of different people in my career, which is still relatively young comparatively to some of the people who have presented the awards tonight. But the one thing that I can always tell about an organization or a network or whatever it might be is that if the people who are in charge are good people and actually have the right ideas at heart, then there's no stopping or there's no limit to what that organization can do. And I have no doubt in my mind, having already worked with and been coached by Martin, very early on in his career, working with the likes of Nathan and Jonesy and Brody, Getting to hear from Coach Bobby V and Dusty Baker and Julie Foudy, and there's just this incredible group. And when I saw the advisory board initially, I was like, because initially Martin told me, and he sold it like anybody would sell something. You hit the highlights, right? Dusty Baker, Bobby V, Julie Foudy, Morgan Stickney. And I was like, what on earth? Like, what is this thing that all of these people are so bought into? And doing it in the namesake of Tommy Lasorda, which we'll get onto a little bit later. And it's just inherently clear that this message is such a good one and such a positive one. And as somebody who's kind of in between and not too far removed from having played and had some pretty wild experiences, I heard Martin talking about specializing in sports and positionally specializing in sports. And I part of my French, but I think that's a load of garbage. I really do. I ended up playing both soccer and basketball in high school for varsity for 4 years. Not to brag, but to say that I had the opportunity to play soccer at the academy level, which, as I'm sure a lot of you know, basically is a death sentence to the rest of your adolescence. You're not able to play another sport. So I would have had to kiss goodbye to basketball. You're not really able to socialize with your friends and do things that a normal 15, 16, 17-year-old should be able to do. And I was blessed with these opportunities because I stuck with 2 different sports, because I wasn't settled on one position. And little does Martin know that I ended up being converted into an outside back once I got to college, and wasn't exactly the goal scoring machine that I thought I was all throughout high school. These gave me invaluable life lessons, not just on the field, but humbling experiences as a human being as well. And I'm so proud to be able to host this dinner and to be able to say that I was involved in Steel Sports, even if it was for a couple of hours. So I'm just so unbelievably impressed with the dedication, the philosophy, the ideology of this group, and sort of everything that Steel Sports stands for. And that is sort of made blatantly obvious by what I've seen tonight. But anyway, we continue to move on, and it's time for the final award of the night, the Steel Sports Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award, sponsored by League Apps. Tonight, we honor Tommy Lasorda's legacy, which continues to inspire our employees, players, families, and communities here at Steel Sports. His famous phrase, "You gotta believe," motivates us to believe in ourselves and each other. The recipients of the Steel Sports Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award demonstrates our core values by continuing Tommy Lasorda's legacy and leading with our kids first mindset. We want to thank League Apps for sponsoring this award for the 3rd year, a three-peat, hat trick, and triple play all rolled into one. To announce our first winner is the president of League Apps Fun Play, 1984 Olympian and 100-meter hurdle gold medalist, Benita Fitzgerald Mosley.
Thank you so much, Tyler. And on behalf of everyone at League Apps, we're really honored to continue to sponsor the Steel Sports Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award. As Tyler said, I'm Benita Fitzgerald Mosley, and sports have always had a really strong impact on my life. I call my gold medal and my sports participation the gift that keeps on giving. And at League Apps, we believe in the positive impact that can be created through positive coaching and through youth sports. And a successful coach supports their players' growth both on and off the playing field. And our League Apps Fund Play program, which is now the Fund Play Foundation, provides underserved communities with a platform and the operational capacity to manage and create positive sports experiences for their teams. The first Steel Sports Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year recipient for tonight is Jalen Finney. Jalen is an assistant product director and coach for Steel United Texas. She's gone over and above this year, coaching her 2008 boys team for Steel United Texas and managing programs such as camps and clinics in her region for Steel United players and other kids in her community. When it comes to core values, Jalen is a role model, a consummate teammate to her coworkers, and she's an example to her players regarding respect, integrity, and commitment. One of her players is quoted as saying, "Our coach stays calm in games and doesn't ever dispute or argue against clear calls because she knows that being honest and a good person is more important than winning." She's always positive, and she makes sure that we always learn in a positive and comfortable environment. Congratulations, Jalen, and thank you, Steel Sports, for the opportunity for League Apps to celebrate your coaches. Now, Warren Lichtenstein will present our next winner. Warren.
Thank you, Benita. And that was a great presentation. Very much appreciated.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate everybody coming, and if I missed some people, Morgan, thank you for taking the time. And Morgan, you are one of the grittiest people I've ever met. Keep it up. But there's a second part to this award to give away the Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award, sponsored by League Apps. So thank you to the League Apps people. Truly appreciate it. And as many of you know, because we've been talking about it ad nauseum for years now, Tommy was really the inspiration for Steel Sports and the philosophy, along with the kids first mind. And Tommy was a member of the advisory board. Wait. It had to prompt me to turn the mic on, sorry. And as I said, the inspiration for all of Steel Sports, we started by opening the operation out of Dodger Stadium. And that's where we first started our work. So we'll ever be grateful to Tommy. He helped make our core values what they are today. And we continue to play for the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back of the jersey. We had 300 nominations this year for our Coaches of the Year award. So I'm extremely proud of our coaches. Many of them have been with us for many years, and we're hoping that they're with us for many more years. We know that the parents and the athletes are grateful for having them spend time with their kids, and not just helping them become better athletes, but becoming better people. So, without further ado, this year's Steel Sports Tommy Lasorda National Coach of the Year Award goes to, drum roll, Charles Warren, who is the 2005 Elite Steel United Washington coach. Congratulations, Charles. And Charles, so you know, there were dozens of nominations from parents and players who praised how you demonstrated our core values on and off the field and taught the kids first mindset each and every day. I'd like to read a couple of quotes that came in, and as I said, there were dozens of them, but start with number one. Charles embodies the core values on and off the field. He believes that they are important and makes sure the team displays the core values. During the national ritual, he will bring up examples of the core value for that week. He also has a player give an example of the core value. I think teaching the core values to the players is giving them great life lessons. Another quote, Charles does so much off the field. He believes in helping his local community. He has done clothing drives, organized multiple events such as school supply drives, First Responders Appreciation Month, cleat drives. I believe the biggest impact he has made was bringing top soccer to Tacoma. He was very much needed program, so thank you, Charles. So thank you. I think two great coaches won the award for the year. So thank you for all of the coaches who were nominated, and but we can only have one winner. And hopefully everybody will continue putting in 100% effort, and there will be many more nominations for next year. And we look forward to the next year's recipients.
All right. Congratulations to Jalen and to Charles. Awesome stuff and testimonies on the 2022 Tommy Lasorda National Coaches of the Year. So that concludes the actual awards, but don't go anywhere. This is probably going to be one of the better parts of the evening, as I would like to now invite up our entire advisory board to participate in a panel discussion about the legacy of Tommy Lasorda and his impact on our coaching system and recognizing our coaches and athletes. So those of you who are on the advisory board, if you could join us up here on the virtual stage. We got Warren, we got Bobby V, and we'll wait for the rest to trickle in. Coach, your dogs didn't affect the show too much. I saw one tail in the background. That was about it.
Hey, T, thanks. Hey, you did a great job with that, man. Not easy being the host with the most. You did a great job.
I appreciate that, especially coming from you. Big fan. Thank you, Bobby. All right, we got Dusty here. Although we don't get to see that award-winning smile, though, because something's going on with his camera, but we'll have to settle for audio here. And if Jerry and Eric are around as well, that would be fantastic. Yeah, it's on, but
you're on.
Yep.
You're as handsome as ever, Dusty.
All right, we'll give it a few more seconds.
Bobby. Great.
Looks good, man.
Looking good, dude.
It's a sign of wisdom.
I got to get that dye that Warren used to sell in Japan.
And wigs. We have wigs for you also if you want.
Can I get some of those? Can I get some of those on layaway? I found a few gray hairs the other day. I just want to do it in preparation.
Sure, you know about the buy now, pay later, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a 75-year-old with black hair and a black mustache. You know what I mean?
All right, we got Ciara here, and we will wait just one more second, and then we'll get started. Warren, I want to start with you quickly. I mean, I'm not, Tommy was a little before my time. I only know him as legend, right? I didn't really get to see him in action as a lot of you did, and experienced him as a coach, as a player, and the whole thing. But in terms of starting Steel Sports, Warren, and doing it legacy of sort of a personality giant like Tommy, and building a culture and building these relationships, what did that mean to you starting something like this with that in mind? Because it's not only a difficult task, but it's something that you need to do the right way to honor such an incredible human being.
Sure. First of all, it takes a village. It's not, one person. And the organization that we have, including each of the members of the advisory board, has really helped formulate where we are today. And although it started with Tommy, as you can see from people on this call right now, Eric, Dusty, Bobby, Jerry, and others, everybody kind of takes something from the beginning and it evolves over time, as does our coaching system. Even though it's called the Lasorda Way, we will evolve over time, live and learn. And one of the things that Tommy used to always say is, how do you learn? And he called it COP, C-O-P, conversation, observation, participation. And, we take that and we use that every day so that we continue to change and be ahead of the times or with the times so that we can have the most impact on kids. And I think that, if I ever go astray, I have each of the members of the advisory board to, make sure that I stay on the narrow pathway that we should be on in order to positively impact as many kids as we can.
I don't want to put you on the spot there, Warren, but who's the first one to reel you back in if you're going astray from that narrow path?
I don't know if you've met each of the members on the advisory board, but I assure you they're all A types. So there's no one. No. Luckily, there has never been a pile on, and we've all been going in the same direction.
Say that one more time, Dusty. We lost you for a second. All right, I guess. Yep. No, now we got you.
Have you lost me again? Okay.
Nope.
Like I said, I'm voting for.
No, we got you.
Hey, he straightened me out one time. I never had a player straighten out. I did.
EK.
Bad that I knew I deserved it,
Awesome stuff.
Dusty, you and I had a lot of conversations, and I don't know which one we're talking about here,
but. And I think that
in KC.
Do you remember now?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that on here, though.
Okay. That was good.
There you go. All right. So next question I got, it's sort of for all of you, but just, first person on my screen here. Bobby, let's start with you. I mean, Dusty, Bobby, EK, you guys all played for Tommy. I mean, what does it take from Tommy about building a culture and relationships that you guys have applied in your own profession and your own coaching styles? I mean, I'm sure that, it takes obviously it takes EK, it takes Bobby, it takes Dusty, it takes your own flavor, but, we're all influenced by those who sort of have come before us. And, seemingly you guys have been influenced by a legend.
Well, he might have been the first major league manager to hug his players. Dusty might have been the first to establish the high five with all of his players. And those things, made the player feel like it was the manager was something more than just the manager. He was part of the family, and he made everyone feel like family. He knew the family names, the wife, the kids, what hometown you were from, what high school you're from. And, you mentioned our award winners and how they're part of the community. Tommy was always part of the community. He was out speaking, whether it was in Ogden, Utah, or Spokane, or Albuquerque, or Dominican Republic, or Caracas, or, of course, LA. He was always out preaching the word about his players and how wonderful and great his players were, and about his team and how wonderful and great his team was. Never talking about how great he was. And remember, he didn't have a high school education. He spoke 3, if not 4 languages, 3 of them fluently. He was one of the best spellers I've ever met in all my life. Charlie Huff used to go to him for New York Times crossword answers. So, this was an amazing person who established a way of caring and coaching that will live on forever.
EK, anything to add on to that before we move on to the next one?
I mean, what I would say is what Tommy embraced is the ability to create relationships, not only within, with him reaching out to others, but fostering that culture within a team. And I think that, what we're trying to do at Steel Sports is foster that relationship, that mentorship for coaches to teach their kids. But in the same breath, you got to have a relationship and you've got to have respect. And I think, one of the panelists here, obviously Dusty, I had an opportunity to play for Dusty. And I would argue that he's probably one of the greatest human beings as far as being able to relate to any and everybody. And that's something that I don't know if it's a learned behavior, if you're blessed with it, if it's something over time. But I always would call Dusty, and I still to this day, I would call him a chameleon. And I mean that in the most positive sense, in that he can walk into a room and it doesn't matter what language you speak, what your background is, what color you are, height, weight, whatever, he can make you feel good. And that's something that stretches beyond sports, it stretches beyond coaching. That's just humanity. And I think that's something that we're all looking for. I think I first learned it to a certain extent from Tommy, but it was taken to another level with Dusty. And I think that's what Warren and Steel Sports and what we're trying to do here is just create relationships, and we use sports as that vehicle.
Ciara, we've heard tonight a couple of times. Yeah, no, Dusty, please, by all means.
That was weird that EK said that, because my best and we went to second grade together, and
that's what he calls me, the chameleon. That's the first time I've heard anybody other than
him say that. And some of this
maybe I got from my parents, but I got some of that from Tommy. And see, Tommy was not to show love and affection for his players. He was the first man I really felt cared about me as a person on the field. To this day, the reason I bring food in for my players is because of Tommy.
That guy. You have to pay for that food, Dusty, or you get it for free?
For free.
That's a good question. But
Something. Tommy more than anything. Tommy stuck his neck
out for me when I was
a player for me. They had players for me, including Jerry Royster and Goodson.
And I failed miserably that first year.
With Tommy, that this guy is going to be a heck of a. That's rare in modern times because you're not even
allowed to say that. You're not even
allowed to stick your. But Tommy stuck his neck out for me, and I'd run through a wall for him. I hear guys say,
"Oh man, I'd run through a wall for for
you."
you.
Well, it was passed on. I didn't initiate it. I didn't invent it, but I learned that from Tom Lasorda.
Thanks for sharing that, Dusty. Awesome stuff. Ciara, I want to go to you quickly now because we've heard tonight a couple of times Tommy's famous saying, "You got to believe." And, it's something that's popped up. If we're talking your sport and soccer, we've seen it in Ted Lasso, the believe thing and everything like that. But, just quickly, tell everyone just sort of how you translate somebody like Tommy Lasorda, who is a baseball guy, into your sport of soccer and being able to sort of carry those messages and that sort of culture into the sport of soccer, which obviously is such a huge part of Steel Sports.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's a great question. I think I personally didn't know Tommy, but you can tell the impact that he's had on so many people. Just, even sitting in this chat and every time I come to the Steel events, the camaraderie and the love that they have for this person and how he just continues on, I think is really a beautiful thing. And especially how it continues on in this organization. And I think for me, you got to believe is applicable to all areas of life, all areas of, whether it be sports, whether it be, career path or whatever it is that you're chasing or your goal is in this life. Believing is 100% the first step. And I think not only belief in yourself, but having that core people around you, whether that be, your youth coach or, the head of your organization or whoever that believes in your talent, just allows you to bloom into the person, the player, the family member, whatever you're trying to achieve allows you to bloom into the best version of that. So to me, I think that saying is just, is all around applicable to all areas of life.
Awesome stuff. Thank you, Ciara. Now, EK, you're going to present town halls this year. What's your message going to be about how sports can impact people's lives? Because as you heard from Martin earlier on in the program, numbers of participation are starting to go down a little bit in some areas. And you're going to sort of be a traveling salesman and talking about how this whole thing can impact people's lives and why it's worth it.
So I'm going to probably get a little pushback when I get up there and I talk about sports being more important than sitting in a classroom all day, because I genuinely do believe that there are more life skills and more life applications learned out on a playground, in a park, sports. And it's where you can learn camaraderie. It's where you can learn rules. You can learn ups. You can experience downs. You can experience all these sort of things. And especially at a younger level where you might feel like it's the end of the day if I don't win, or if I didn't score that goal, or you feel those things, but in the whole scheme of things, they're not really that important. But to have those emotions, to have to deal with those sorts of things, that's a greater teacher than me being able to recite some math equation or some history thing or some regurgitate something that, quite frankly, I'm not going to apply in real life. We all know that. And the thing about it is sports it's a mental well-being, it's a physical well-being, and again, as I mentioned earlier, it's a vehicle. It's a vehicle to teach our youth, to introduce our youth, and that's something that I'm going to try to impart in these town halls. A lot of people aren't totally bought into the whole sports thing. I mean, you just look at what schools do now. I mean, PE, recess, those sorts of things, it's practically non-existent anymore. And I think we're better off as a society and in the future spending a lot more time outside than inside.
Can I sort of go back in my time traveling DeLorean and have you sit down at my dinner table about 15 years ago and preach those same messages to my parents?
Right.
Because I that resonates with me so much, because I was a kid and I talked about it when I was younger. If there was something that I felt didn't serve a purpose in my life, I wasn't going to do it. So sitting and learning parabolas and trigonometry, it made me want to blow my brains out. And it was because what am I going to do with this? How is this going to help me in life? But then when I was on the playing field, whether a court or a field or a soccer field or whatever it might be, I just felt like there was something happening to me as a person and something that I can continue to apply. And yeah, the wins and losses felt like the end of the universe, but I mean, you're not getting any pushback from me. And I think if you explain it like that, you're not going to have many issues, but thank you for that. Coach Bobby B, anything to add on to that? Yes, sir.
We should have been there. Okay.
Bobby, anything to tack on to that?
No, I'm with it. I mean, Dusty gets it so well, and Eric gets it, and I think that they do get it because they are such great people, and because they're lucky. They had the opportunity to come across one of the great ones, and Tommy was, in fact, one of the great ones. He did things a little differently and often a little better than most. And I'm also a lucky one that I had a front row seat to that act.
Awesome stuff. So unfortunately, that is going to conclude our conversation for this evening. Warren, if you want to leave everybody maybe with some parting words before we sign off here. But I just wanted to say thank you to all you guys for attending tonight, for sharing your stories, for talking about what it means to be a part of Steel Sports and continuing the Tommy Lasorda legacy. But Warren, I'll toss it over to you if you want to just share some closing remarks.
Sure. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for participating tonight. I hope that we have all learned something through our conversation and our observation, clearly with our participation. I'm looking forward to putting in the hard work this year and for the years to come to make sure that we continue to put kids first and to teach life lessons on and off the field. They are our future, and we all know that there is a huge amount of love. And I want to thank everybody who was involved in this program. You know, virtual is still hard, no matter how much we do it. It's no substitute for in person. And I hope that we can get this done in person at the right time. In the meantime, I want to wish you all health, happiness, and a great 2023.
Thank you so much, Warren. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tyler. You did a great job tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Everyone, you're going to sort of go back into your virtual rooms here. Feel free to stay and chat amongst your virtual tables. But thank you so much for attending tonight and have a great 2023.